So, welcome, Final Four. Are you guys ready for tonight? Okay, so as you can see, we have here a live studio audience for the Roast of the Almighty. So, these people are just going to be watching to see how well you do, and then you can feel free to talk to them afterwards if you like. But as of right now, immunity's back up for grabs. So,
bring in the judges.
Let's bring the judges in. So, our first judge is a season 2 alumni player, and also the wife of another player who's in the who's literally in the audience chat right now. So let's bring her in. Let's welcome Paige.
Woo! Love me some Paige.
Now I know which one it is. All right. Okay, judge number 2. She is the runner-up of Season 2 Bermuda Triangle and lost towards our other co-host, Anthony. But let's bring her in, Miranda.
Don't be telling these bitches I won a game, okay?
It's public knowledge in the chat, bud. Now, lastly, our third judge, also Season 2 alumni, he is awarded Best Player of the Season and has the record for most immunity wins in his season. So let's bring him out, Jim.
Jimbo.
Alrighty. So here's how this is going to work. One at a time for each of the players. We're asked to pick which player that they would, which host that they would decide to roast for the round. They will give a approximate amount of like 2 minutes to give off as much of the burn as you possibly can towards a specific host. The 3 judges, in this case, Paige. I'm gonna mute that. For in this case, it is Miranda, Paige, and Jim. You want to try to get a score out of 30, and you want it to go on based off of creativity, the power of the burnness, and how well you entertained the crowd in this case. And then once all 4 players have went, the judge will go into a breakout room where they will deliberate. And then afterwards, they will choose one winner. And the person with the highest score wins immunity, guaranteed a spot at the final 3. And then the other 3 go to tribal council immediately right after. And then everyone else in the spectator chat will have to dip. Just want to leave a reminder. Each player has to go with a roast time limit of like 2 minutes. So the way this is going to work is that you guys, at the start of it, say you will be roasting this specific host. Either it is myself, Anthony, Tyler, or Darcy. These 4 players have already picked which host that they already wanted to roast, and they had 24 hours to pick which burns they want to use in this case. So, start things off. The floor is going to Guillermo. I will start a timer to make sure you guys are above 2 minutes. So please begin.
Hello, my name is Guillermo Rodriguez, and I want to say welcome, ladies and gentlemen. And I see that the Fuckberry is here. Hi, Anthony. Welcome again.
Fuck you.
So I just want to share a little story about when I first met Anthony. I was like, oh my God, dang, she's a big girl. But it was more than that. I was trying to remember. I've seen her before. I was like, where have I seen her before? I was like, I was like, do you guys remember that wrestling show, Glow? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling? I was like, that's where I seen Anthony. Instead of the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, it was like Giant Ladies of Wrestling. Her name is Queen Kong. I was like, dang, she's going to break people in this game. But overall, Anthony is sweet, but not too sweet. And something about him that really kind of intrigues me is about his 2 beautiful puppies or dogs. Who's met Rocky and Callie? I'm sure you guys all met Rocky and Callie, of course, really beautiful dogs. But how did you get them, Anthony?
What?
How did you get them?
The pound.
Pound?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. See, yeah, beautiful dogs. But just one thing is like, I feel for them because they didn't have a choice to choose you. So they're stuck with you. So
Sure.
One thing I like about Anthony is like, I love what you've done with your hair. You always style it and everything. But how do you get that hair coming out of your nostrils? One thing that he could do definitely is he could dye his hair. You know how he has hair on top of his head, if we dye green, it'll definitely look like this. A patch of grass on his damn head. Fucking mow that shit already. So overall, Anthony is cool. He's a cool guy, and I know he has a lot of love for me, which is why I invested in an electric fence at my home if he ever comes to stalk me. And I also invested in a restraining order, a true restraining order, so he never comes and follows me. But overall, Anthony, I think you're a cool dude. If I ever go visit you, I'll make sure to bring some treats for your dogs, because I know your dogs like to fetch and you like to fetch. So I'll make sure I toss a dildo to you so you can fetch it as the best as you can. Thank you.
Nice job.
Good one.
Okay. Thank you, Guillermo. Judges, if you guys have any feedback you guys want to say about that, please go ahead. If not, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, they're taking notes. We will now pass the floor off to Jose. Jose, the floor is yours. You can have a minimum of 2 minutes if you want to go over that, whatever you decide to do. In this case, please begin.
Thanks, Rich. Okay, let's start this, shall we? Darling, thank you so much for coming tonight. Now, before this happened, I thought it was going to be like a seminar or roast for Mr. Anthony Hopkins. So who's this motherfucker right here? I don't know who you are, Anthony. I'm just kidding. He's one of my dear friends. By the way, do you like my outfit? I dressed up just for you, darling. Look, I'm going to spin. I'm going to twirl just for you, right? I found this outfit actually on the floor after one of your weekly orgies. It was absolutely fantastic. And just so many hot guys. By the way, Santos, your legs are beautiful. One thing I gotta say, no, honestly, I have so much love for you, and we go back like a long time. I remember when we were kids and we got together and saw the movie Chicago, and he knew all the words to Cellblock Tango. And when I tell you, he did the spread eagle with such perfection. It was like he knew his calling in life was to be a slut. And honestly, I mean, he is such a hoe. Let's just start with that. Anthony is such a hoe. When Cardi B saw him, it was like, I need to write a song about this. And that's when WAP came out. He is such a hoe. When he goes to buy lottery tickets, the Powerball number is always 69. He is such a hoe. I mean, his ass has now been declared a historical landmark. I mean, really. It's like a football field, okay? So many balls get pounded in that end zone, one after the other. And he gets so excited every time. It's like, touchdown, like every single time. But honestly, and he doesn't care like where, when, or how. I mean, one time, you remember this, darling, we went on a road trip together and we had to stop at Starbucks because he needed a bathroom break. So me being a good friend, I was like, yes, darling, I'll wait for you in the car. He came back 10 minutes later wearing the barista's uniform. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? And where's my coffee? Like, it was just so surreal to me. But honestly, he's such a wonderful, wonderful guy. And I really admire our friendship. And also the friendship you have with Josh, which is it's always been so peculiar for me, because it's like, well, you're 7 feet tall and Josh is like 3. So it's like Shrek talking to Donkey over there. But honestly, like, Josh, he's so emotional, and he goes like, oh my God, like when the game was happening, he was like, the players are calling me names and I feel so bullied. And his answer will always be, oh, you're imagining things, you big dumbass. Like, just replying back and forth. But anyway, I'm gonna shut up right now because I actually have to go. My grinder date has just replied. I think his name is Jim. So I'm just going to finish off, and thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night.
Great job. Great job. I laughed.
That's so funny.
All right, thank you. Judges, if you have any feedback, please. If not, we'll move on to the next one.
Oh, God.
All right, on to our next one. Lovely friend to Anthony is Ty. So please begin.
Hi, guys. Okay, so I'm going to roast Anthony tonight because, we're friends and we go way back, so it'll be great. When I first think of Anthony, my first thought is, that's the sperm that won. Then I quickly think that this has got to be the reason that there needs to be a lifeguard in the gene pool. But then it quickly turns to an aha moment. And I realize that the fuck up fairy has made her appearance once again. But then I move on to thinking that if my face looked like his, I'd have to sue my parents. And I say to myself, if laughter truly is the best medicine, this motherfucker's got to be curing the whole goddamn world at this point. I was just told, Anthony, that your birth certificate was actually an apology letter to your parents from the condom factory. But you are proof of something, and that's that even gods make mistakes sometimes. And behind every ugly man, there is a truly beautiful, handsome man. No, seriously, can you move a little to the left? I'm trying to see the hunk behind you. But then his bright personality comes into play, and it hits me that the only way he's going to get laid is if he crawls up a chicken's ass and waits. And now I know exactly why my phone battery has lasted way longer than any of his relationships. Or why the smartest thing that's ever come out of his mouth is a penis. But what's really bad is that you can't count running your mouth as exercise. Doesn't deduct away from the calories. Sorry. But speaking of counting calories, you have more calories in your stomach than your local grocery store.
Oh, fuck.
And by the way, when is the last time that you saw your entire self in the mirror? Just wondering, like your whole self.
This morning, bitch.
And did you trade your neck in for an extra chin? Okay, you have a little something right here on your chin. No, the third one down. No, the third one down.
Oh, that's from Guillermo.
And I hope you don't think that I was insulting you. I was just simply describing you accurately. But anyways, Anthony, I do love you, and thanks for being such a good sport.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. Judges, any feedback? Or if not, we'll move on to our last one.
That was the best one.
All right. We will now move over to, lastly, our final finalist for this evening is Tovar. Please take the stage.
Alrighty, guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tovar, one of your lovely contestants, top 4, actually. So I just want to start off before I host the amazing and beautiful Josh. I just want to say hello to our other hosts. Tyler, it's nice to meet you. Really, it's highly nice to meet you. And then going on to Darcy. Darcy, you know, we all love Halloween. We all love scary things. And that's why you think I would be talking about Anthony right now, that big scary bitch over there. But I'm going to talk about you, bitch. So, one thing scarier than all the things we love, Darcy, is waking up next to you in the morning, bitch. I'd be screaming. I'd be like, what the fuck that happened last night? And then now, Anthony, you sweet, sweet, sweet bitch, Anthony. Anthony is such a slut. Whenever he farts, it goes, no noise. No noise. It's like a fucking railroad train, just easy access all the way through. But that's Anthony right there. But now on to our great and final Josh. Thank you so much for hosting this. So a few things. Me and Josh have a few things in common, and that is hosting shows. I'm a drag queen. I host shows on the regular, and he hosts orgs. The only thing is I show up on time to a gig. So, Josh, I got you a few sweet little gifts. I got you this sweet ass, big ass motherfucking clock. You know what time it is to get to your motherfucking gig, okay, bitch? Show up on time. Come on, we're waiting over here. And then, you know, we all go into the waiting booth with Josh, okay? And so, like, I always feel so scared. Sometimes I'm like, does Josh like me? Because he's always just like, Tovar, tell me who you're voting for and why. He just looks very angry all the fucking time. I'm just like, bitch, I'm trying to figure it out. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with Josh? Come on, tell me. So I got you this other gift for you, okay? this great gift, and I'm going to show you how to use it right now. This, my boy, is called enema. You always look so fucking constipated. Just spray it. There you go. Put that up your ass a few times, and then you will be in easy flow the whole way through. But that's all I have today. If you liked what I performed this evening, my name is Tovar, and if you didn't, my name is Jose.
Alrighty, thank you. Hey, like, I'd just be happy that I at least started the Zoom thing on time, but thank you for that. Okay. Judges.
Great, guys. That was really great.
Good job. Judges, any feedback? If not, I'll put you guys in the deliberation room, and you guys can feel free to speak your thoughts on that.
Audience, you guys can feel free to hop off. Whatever you want to do, talk to these assholes, whatever's best for you.
Yep. I will prepare the breakout room, and from that point forward, you guys can go from there. That concludes the show. If you want to see who won, feel free to stick to the end. Okay, so Final Four. I know you guys have been waiting anxiously for the results. Luckily for you guys, I have the winner. So, go by third to second to first. In fourth place is Guillermo. I'm sorry you did not win immunity. Third place belongs to Jose. You did not win immunity. Now it's down to tie or I will announce the first place is the person who wins. Hold on. The person that won Final Four immunity is. Congratulations, Tovar! You have won Final Four immunity. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, man, good job.
You got second place. Now, time to get to more important business to take care of. Tribal Council is now, so first things first. We'll wait for Tovar to get here.
I was like, where's Tovar?
So, Tovar, you have won the Roast of the Almighty show. Guaranteed a spot in the final three. How does it feel?
I am so gagged right now. That's the challenge I was wanting to win, and I just did it. Thank you. Like, I'm very, very grateful right now. Very humbled.
Ty, you got second. So close to getting it. Do you feel like had you not won immunity, you would have been in trouble?
I mean, it's down to the nit and gritty. It's hard to say. You never know what's going to happen. You never get too comfortable in this game for any reason. The only time you get comfortable is when you have that immunity. So it is what it is.
Guillermo, Final Four immunity cut short from you. Do you feel that, like, you know, it's getting down to the Final Four, everybody's a possible threat, or there's only one possible threat in the game, and it's best to take a shot at that person?
No, I think we're all threats because all of us played a different type of game, and we could, like it's mentioned before, at the end is how you sell it, and depending who you're with, that's what's going to be the potential game changer there. So all of us have an opportunity.
Jose, well, it's pretty much clear that, like, this is a tight four right here that pretty much ran most of the portion of the game. How does it feel knowing that one of the four of you are going to turn on each other?
I think it's something that, I mean, we were kind of expecting, and it was like the outcome was that, I mean, we can't win, all four of us. So it's mostly about, you know, one, who really wants it more, two, you know, the conversations that you've been having. Maybe there's some people that are closer to others, and I mean, this was bound to happen, you know. And I think now that we are at a tough spot, you know, it gets harder a lot because I love all three of them, and it's been wonderful to work with each and every one of you. But you know, the game is, that's the reality of the game. Now it gets to the part where we have to turn on each other.
Okay. So, with Final Four coming down to Final Three, getting close to the end, one of you guys have a 25% chance of winning this game. Also, one of you guys have a 25% chance of getting voted out this round. So, I'm going to prepare another breakout room, and I'll send you guys to the voting booth one at a time. And then afterwards, you will cast your vote of who is going to be the 15th person voted out of this game and become the 8th member of our jury. We'll start with the person closest to my screen. In that case, that's Ty. You are up first.
Okay, so I think every vote has been difficult to a certain standard. This one definitely, because we've been a strong 4. I just really, 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 really hope it's not me.
I'll tally the votes. Once the votes arrive, the decision is final. Person voted off will have to leave the tribal council area immediately. All right, the votes. First vote. Guillermo. That's one vote, Guillermo. Jose. One vote, Guillermo. One vote, Jose. Guillermo. 2 votes, Guillermo. 1 vote, Jose. 15th person voted as survivor pandemic in the Sahara Desert and the 8th member of our jury. Guillermo. Guillermo, that's 3. Tonight, that's enough. You have 30 seconds to say goodbye to Amir Torres.
I would have done the same. Love you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll talk after.
So
game.
sorry.
Hey,
Love you, G.
Guillermo.
love you guys. Love you guys.
The tribe has spoken. Time for you to go. Well, congrats, final 3. One of the 3 of you, Jose, Tamar, or Ty, will be the winner of Survivor Pandemic in the Sahara Desert with a $200 prize. Enjoy the rest of the night off. The amount will be sent out tomorrow. And we'll go from there. Grab your torches, head back to camp. Good night.
Final 3, bitches!
Welcome, Final 3. This is the rites of passage. Throughout the course of this game, 15 players, whether you had a hand in voting out, will now be honored and remember as you guys went across 37 days together. And we will look back at each of your fallen comrades that came before you. Let us begin. Helen.
Well, Helen, I think just from your smile that you were a very great woman, and I know life is complicated, so I wish you could have stuck with the game, and it would have been very lovely to meet you.
Agree.
Ryan.
Oh, Ryan. Ryan had an interesting first impression during the meet and greet when he was like calling out people like, "Why aren't you guys talking?" And it was a moment, and I was with the tribe with him at the start. I think had he been a little bit more involved in the start, he would have been an amazing player and someone to watch out for, because he had like the conversation and the being active and doing relevant challenges to push him ahead. It's just he didn't really connect, but he seems like a really cool guy. And yeah, I think if the situation were different, and he was a little bit more involved with Bedonia at the start, he probably would have done really well.
He was actually someone I really did want to get to know a little bit more. He just seemed very outgoing at the very first day, and I thought, okay. I mean, he seemed like, I don't know. He definitely just gave me the impression like maybe I would like to get to know him a little bit better.
Oh, sweet Ryan. I definitely had a word for you in the confessional. You seemed like a very feisty character. And I apologize for anything I said in my confessionals without knowing you, really. But I think you would have been a great ally if we had ever got to know each other. So.
Ariel.
So with Ariel, I've heard of her because of other games. And I heard she had a very big reputation of being very competitive, very aggressive in how she would sort of plead her case. And I think people saw that. Obviously, I didn't, I was never in a tribe with her, but I'm assuming that's why she ended up going so early, because she seems to be a very strong competitor. So yeah, it's again one of those. Unfortunately, I didn't get to work with her or be in the same team, but she seems very nice, and hopefully we'll get to say hi after this game is over and just chit chat.
I didn't get to really talk with her or anything like that, even on the first day. But I'll use Tovar's word. She seemed a little feisty in the beginning, and I thought, oh, okay, let's see where this goes. But then we, never got a chance to really talk or anything. So maybe in the future.
Ariel, my Texas sister down in San Antonio. We talked a little bit at the beginning of the game before the tribe split, but it would have been great to get to know you and potentially play with you. But I hope all is well down south.
Kurt.
Oh, Kurt. He's someone. He was one of the more active people, and he got idled out, which was interesting. Hey, Ty. I'm sure you have a lot to say about that. No, you know what? He was very cool. Like we had a simple conversation when the tribe swap happened, and we hit it off. But I think his downfall was just being very like, this is what we're gonna do and that's it. Instead of possibly being open to make something happen. I don't know. Which is why I got idled out. But he's a really cool guy, and again, I can't wait to talk to him after this game, because he was really cool.
So I obviously idled him out, but I don't know. I didn't really. I was only on the tribe with him for literally 12 hours before that was it, and I didn't get a chance to really talk to him. I tried to reach out to him. He didn't really seem like he wanted to talk to me and start any kind of connection. So I don't know if he would have been a good ally or not, but it wasn't, I just didn't feel like warm and fuzzies, and I just had to cut my losses, I guess.
Kurt, I never got to speak with you, but you're very cute. Yes.
John.
Oh, John Dennis. He's such a great friend. I was very worried at first when I saw him on the screen in the meet and greet. I was like, oh my God, it's John Dennis. And but we had a great conversation that night, and just kind of were like, hey, let's see where the game's gonna take us, and he's someone that I adore, and he is just a great spirit. Obviously his chaotic side probably got the best of him, and people saw that, and that's why he ended up going home. But I mean, there's no denying he's a great person, and just awesome to talk to. You can talk to him about anything in life, and just it makes for a really cool conversation. So, a great friend.
Well, I hope I get to experience that then, because I think it's hard to find those kind of people where you can have really good down-to-earth conversations with, and hopefully, I'll get the chance one day.
Oh, John, you and me spoke about playing because we need mutual friends. I really wanted that to happen, but at that point, I had already been way too close with Cam and Santos, and I could not have one of them at that point. So unfortunately, I had to do the unthinkable. But I know, it's the game, and I know I'm very excited to see you, to talk to you again after this, for sure. I see you as a great player, for sure.
Jester.
Who wants to start? Are we doing the order?
I actually really wanted to get to know him. He just seemed really cool. And I did have one, we had one Zoom call that kind of anybody could jump on, and he was very animated and very exciting, and I was kind of really excited. I really wanted to get a chance to talk to him, during the game, but it just didn't work out that way.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jester is such a free spirit, and it's like, say it like you mean it almost, but in a way that makes you laugh. It's like, it's endearing. It's like, oh my God, he's so much fun to just chat. And that was really in the beginning, where we were all in one tribe, and he just happened to be there in the Zoom call and just living his best life, which I think is something that we all have to do it in our points in life, because life gets stressful, and I think he has that cool spirit about him that is just fun to have around. So he's a really great guy, and I was shocked actually to see him go so early.
Jester, I bonded with you immediately from the meet and greet with you and Santos, and I wish we could have reconnected at the merge. You were somebody who really amped me up, and I think that's the type of brightness that's needed in the world right now. Just need a hype up buddy, and I think that's something that you bring out. So I am excited to get to know you even more out of this. So, heart.
Katie.
Katie was she knew she was in a tough spot when she joined the tribe, but yet she came in with this amazing, just bubbly personality. Like, hi guys, I'm so excited to be with y'all, and it was just really cool to see that that fun side of her, and with her, we never got to talk game, but it was just nice to share, so I'm like, oh, I sing too, and we talked about music for a bit and just have that conversation. She seems like such a fun person to just talk to. She's definitely an example of someone that was swap screwed.
Yeah,
because
I completely agree with that.
She seemed like a very very good player, and had she been in a different spot, she would have done really well.
I completely agree with that. She did definitely want to stay in this game as long as she absolutely could, and she just got the raw end of the stick on this one. And I just felt really bad for her. I can't imagine being in that kind of situation and really having nothing, you can't do anything at that point, and you're just kind of sitting there waiting. And yeah, I felt bad for her.
Oh, Katie, I really liked that you were living in New York, and we bonded over that for sure. And I would think if our paths in the game would have crossed earlier, I think we would have definitely been playing together. I think it was what everybody else said, that you really just got the raw end of the deal. I think you were someone to beat potentially if you got too far, for sure. I can definitely see that happening. But to talk to you outside the gate, hopefully.
Kristen.
Oh man, with Kristen, one of my favorite memories of Kristen was us bonding over Selena and our love for her music and just her and the movie and J-Lo and all that fun stuff. We had a long conversation about it, and it was just great. She's also someone that I know from another community, and she's just so much fun and just very bubbly, and I know she's a big player, and that was, I think, her downfall at the end. Her cards weren't really aligned, but she's just fantastic. I love talking to her. I miss talking to her after this game, and we'll continue to bond over Selena and Bidi Bidi Bam Bam and all those cool things. So yeah.
She ended up beating me in the one challenge of memory pictures, and I mean she was really on it, and I don't know how she would have done, but I feel like she would have probably done pretty well in this game had she been able to continue to keep going.
Well, Kristen, I feel like you actually kind of scared me about the competition because just seeing your strong facials and just you never had emotions of that kind of intimidating. I was like, oh girl, I don't want to make her mad or anything. But I really can't wait to get to know you. I know you're a huge Survivor fan, and just you seem like a great person. So,
Amy.
Oh, Amy. Well, we started on a tribe together. She's very, very sweet. I think what kind of, in one sense, kind of threw me off was how outspoken she got, at Merge, because it was a side of her that I never saw. I usually saw, in Bedonian, the sweet side of Amy. So that really just threw a curveball. I guess I would say for her, I wish we can have a conversation after this game, because there were some things that were said that I probably would have liked to be there to actually have a nice conversation and maybe talk it out. But other than that, I think she's a very strong competitor, and she tried to play very, very, very strong and play, both sides, and I think that was her downfall.
I was very intimidated by her in the very beginning. She was definitely someone that I thought at the first impression that, should go pretty much right away, and could see why she had won so many games. And that was very, very intimidating for me since this is my first game. And I just felt like if I get hooked up with someone who's played that many times and won that many times, that's not going to be good for me. But when we did have the merge, her and I did chit chat a little bit, and I could see why she won so many games. She's very nice to talk to. She's very funny, and I honestly wish I could have, kept a conversation going with her and seen more of her in the game. But I knew for myself that I did need to take her out because she was a huge threat to me personally.
Okay, well, till Var goes, I'm going to pause the recording.
all right, sweet Amy. I actually enjoyed getting to know you a lot during the tribe slot. Thank you for forgiving me about the John thing. I felt terrible about that, but overall, you felt like a very genuine person, and I love getting to know you. You were always very nice in our conversations that we had. Ultimately, the thing that really screwed you was Sanchez flipping out, and that really was why you went out when you did, unfortunately.
Santos.
Well, Santos is one of the big personalities, and he, again, another free spirit person. I enjoyed his banter, like when the game began, we had a nice conversation, and then when merge happened and we started to hit off, we started talking about music. I poked fun of him because he likes reggaeton, but I also like reggaeton, but it was just a joke. So we laughed about that. He's, again, one of those people that I would like to have a conversation with when the game ends, because there were some words that was said, but I think he's a very free spirit person, and very, he when he enters a Zoom call room, he's there, Santos is there, and all eyes are on him. So he likes he likes the spotlight, which is very cool, like because he has that about him. So yeah, I think he was a really great player that kind of got a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit crazy at the end, you know. But he's great, and I would like to have a conversation with him after.
Santos, he was my buddy from the get-go, and I really thought, you know, we were going to take this like as far as we absolutely could, and I was so bummed to find out that he was trying to, you know, switch things up, and it just really sucked. I mean, he was definitely someone that I thought was going to be loyal to the end, and I have a feeling like he really was loyal to me. But at the end of the day, I think you have to be loyal to your entire alliance, and that was just not what happened. But I really wish he would have stayed and played the rest of this game as far as we could have gone.
Santos. I really hope that we can stay friends after this, because I really enjoyed talking to you. Like, literally, like, you are somebody who I don't know, you always just make me blush. Just with your little charm, you really do have Latin charm. And then many drunk conversations between us, I really enjoyed those. Just like talking about stuff, not even about the game. I think at the end of it, I had to do what was best with my game. I would have loved to have kept you even longer, but I think at the end of the day, you had your hand in too many cookie jars. And unfortunately, I feel like that's what got you in the end. But I can't wait to talk to you. Hopefully you don't hate me too much.
Cameron has, you know, he was very reserved when he would, you know, in terms of like just general conversations. But I always enjoyed his banter. I loved that, you know, every morning he would be like, "Good morning, Jose. Hope you're having a great day at work. And how are the kids?" And you know, he would ask like those simple questions, and he'd be like, "Oh, the kids are fine." So we would talk about school, and we would talk about, you know, his work and how our days were going, you know, and how stressful life was, and we would laugh about that. And he's again someone that was a little bit more reserved than other people were, but you know, he's a great guy. And yeah, I mean, I think that's mostly it. Like, I think he's really great.
Cameron was, he was my buddy. We talked more about life and, you know, general things than we did game talk, which was so nice to be able to have that person that you could just talk to, that you didn't feel like you had to talk gameplay with them all the time. And I was so sad to see him trying to, you know, flip on the alliance. I mean, I thought after the Santos vote, like, that he would have never done something like that. And I just felt like he was way too reserved for that. But I mean, I guess that's just the name of the game, and you have to make moves that you think are best for your game. And in the end, this was not a move that was best for his game. But I hope that, you know, we can still have those conversations, and he's still the coolest pastor I know. So I just I hope he's doing well, and we can have a conversation after this.
Cameron! Oh gosh, two of my buddies out back to back. It's so sad, because after the whole Santos thing, we had a conversation where, like, you know, we need to stick to the alliance, and then I just don't hear anything about you giving me the idol, and I don't hear you even like giving it. You tell me about giving it to Belinda, so that just, it was just like, you're pulling a Santos right now, bro. So that's why we made the move that we did. And if you would have included me, maybe something else could have happened. But if I'm not included in a tight bond, I gotta cut you before you cut me, buddy. But I appreciate you. I am happy that for the bond that we had, and I can't wait to talk to you after this game also.
Belinda.
Oh, Belinda. She and I started together on the same tribe, and we hit it off like that. It was amazing, and just the conversations that we would have about life. She would tell me about, her kids or her grandkids. When Halloween passed, she was like, "My grandkids are watching Blue's Clues video you did," and I was like, "Oh my god, that's adorable!" And we just hit it off. It's someone that I really hope there's a really cool friendship after this game, because she's just fantastic. And we would laugh about strategy and game and all that, and she would remind me that she was on the bottom, and I would be like, "Oh, Belinda, it's not you tonight," but okay, fine. Afterwards she did leave. And that, I think she's someone that got stuck on the wrong side of the votes, because had she been in another position, she's someone that I think has like the whole package to potentially make it to the end and win. Like she really is that player that you genuinely think she's super likable. She does very well in challenges, so I think had she been in her spot, she would have done really amazing. So yeah, she's just amazing. I adore her.
She's another one for me, like Amy was, where, the first day we're all chit-chatting and we're talking, and she talks about how many games she's won and how many times she's played, and that was so intimidating again for me. Those two just really intimidated me to, at the start, and I immediately thought, I cannot be around them. I can't be anywhere near them. They have to go way soon, because otherwise they're going to both take this game. And I mean, but she, just like Amy, I understand why she, has won so many times and has had so many good conversations with people. She's a very, very likable person, and you talk to her and you feel like it's like your grandma or your next door neighbor, and she is a really, really likable person, and I would love to get to know her better.
Belinda, I think you are such a great person. I think you are such a great competitor. I enjoyed conversations with you because you really made me think things through. I think that you are a great person, and just one of my favorite memories is when you just vent to me about Guillermo taking all your money, and you're just sending me a bunch of voice recordings about what happened, and then I feel so bad. So I feel terrible, but he's my ally. I don't know what to tell you right now. I'm yeah, that sucks. But I think you are one incredible person, and I think you're somebody who really respects the game, and that's why I have mad respect for you, girl.
Shani
started off. We were worried about Shani in the original tribe because she wasn't around. But as soon as she got on, she just clicked. She clicked with Bedonian tribe, and that's what kept her alive. And one of the things that I can say about Shani is that never count her out. We were, it was like, oh, Shani, she seems inactive and everything, but during challenges she would do amazing. So she would fight for that, for those immunity wins. She's someone that I think is super sweet. The moments that we did talk, she's very sweet and endearing. I know that one of the last nights of her game, she had a personal situation, and and we talked about it a little bit, and I kind of gave her some words of it's gonna be all right, and we talked about that, and it's really cool. It goes back. It's really cool to have conversations with people where you can take the game aside and just talk about life and talk about whatever. And she was one of those people, I think. So yeah, I really like Shani. She's fantastic.
I think she's another one that just got screwed with, being on the wrong side of the tracks. And had I been able to connect with her earlier in the game, she's definitely someone I would have, stuck with. I know she was very cool to talk to, and she was right in the middle of, just enough gameplay, but not too much to be overpowering, and enough of a person to have personal conversations with, and to really feel like you knew where you would stand with her in any situation. And she was really good at some of those challenges as well, like just the ones that I was able to see her in. And I was really rooting for her on the Oreo cookie challenge. I really was. I mean, I know she was doing awesome in the beginning, and I was like, oh, she's going to pull it out. That's going to be great. And Guillermo just took it from her. But she was a really cool person. I wish I would have been able to connect with her earlier in the game.
Oh, sorry. I just totally they're going the other way. Channy, I have loved getting to know you, and you were always one of my biggest fans. You always, I don't know, we always just laughed about stupid things, and that's someone who I really wish that if we would have been on the same time at the very beginning, that it would have been a totally different story. I'm excited to definitely keep getting to know you, and for this being the first Survivor game, I think you did a kick-ass job with all of this. You should be very proud.
Wendy.
I think with Wendy, it's been a roller coaster ride in terms of how she and I have interacted in this game. Started off really nice, and we would have conversations again about family, and I would tell her about how the kids were doing at school, and it was very nice. I think with her, the frustration of how the game was going in her mind, it was frustrating, but it got to a point where it started getting very personal, and words were said, which at the end of the day, it's kind of like, that's not the point of this game. You can agree to disagree and everything, but at the end of the day, it's some choices that are made. And I know, I've said in a confessional, that I wouldn't really want to really talk to her afterwards, but I also believe that time is a healer. And if there is a time and space where we can sit down and maybe have a conversation and understand each other's point of view, then I would welcome that. Because I don't think she's a bad person. I think she just got very frustrated with her spot in the game. And it kind of got to that point that, the limit kind of reached. So, it's I'll just leave it at that. If time is a healer and if there's room for a conversation, then I'd be open.
We started off on the same tribe, and I think it was okay. It wasn't that I necessarily connected right away with her like I did some of the others. But we had, general conversations, and I thought she was, nice, and she tried in challenges and stuff, and then things got changed around, and I think from then on out it was just a battle, and I think I was just hurt by, some things that she had said and done. And I wasn't really ever able to get over that. And then at the end, I do understand her frustration with where she was at in the game. And, and there comes a time when you're in alliance and you're either in the alliance or you're not in the alliance. And it becomes a numbers game. And she wasn't on the right side of the numbers. And there wasn't really much she could do. And I can't imagine being in that position because I haven't had to be. But I do realize that it probably really sucked, and I can understand being very frustrated about that. And hopefully, she and I can have maybe a conversation about really what happened between us and go from there.
Wendy, I think that you're a very sweet person. I feel like you did get frustrated from where you were at with at this game. But I hope your power is back on. It's like, I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry. I really, God.
Guillermo.
Oh man, here come the waterworks. You know what with G, G is awesome, man. I appreciate Guillermo so much. He's someone that, you know, when we were all in one tribe together, we just clicked again like that. West Coast all the way, and we would laugh about that. You know how it was like, oh my God, everyone's frustrated with our time zone. It's like, yeah, whatever. Like we just laughed about it, and once we were back together on Zanaga, it was just, we just hit it off again, and it was really cool to just have that opportunity again. You talk the strategy, but you also talk about life and how's your day going, and what are you up to, and oh my God, when the border opens, let's meet up because it needs to happen. Like it's just fantastic to have someone, and obviously this goes to you two as well, like people that you play a game with, and yes, it gets very stressful and all that, but you build a friendship. So I think that's really, really awesome, and he's just awesome, and obviously had the cards been aligned a different way, he probably wouldn't have won this game. Let's just let's just mention that. So he had to go, but he's fantastic, and that's a testament to how awesome he is.
Oh, Guillermo, I'm sure he really hates me right now. I mean, it is a game, and I really didn't think that, in this short amount of time that you could truly get in, feel like you're really connected with people, and especially being on just Zoom calls and stuff, it's a lot different than if you were on an island, away from your family, and you really had to connect that way. And he was just someone that I really, really did connect with, and we shared a lot of talks about anything and everything, and he just really was someone that I wanted to stay and have around. And he was just a challenge beast, and I feel like if this kept going, then it wasn't going to work well for me in the end. So I'm just really sad that I had to vote him out, but as it goes, I still hope that we'll be friends after this. And just like with the two of you, I love you guys, and I'm so excited that I got to play this with you, and we'll see how it goes.
Guillermo, during the cast reveal and I saw you there, I was like, fuck. I know who you are from SOG and Turtle Island, so I definitely know that you are a competitive person. So I knew in my head it's best to have you with me rather than against me. But throughout the game, I'm so happy I actually got to talk to you and get to know you, because you are somebody who is actually very funny. It's that kind of person that's very like little pun, despite it, and they're type of funny, and I'm very glad I got to meet you. I truly believe that you had my back all the way through. So I just knew at the end of the day I cannot, none of us would have stood a chance in the state finals. But you are one phenomenal competitor, and I mad respect for you, literally.
That concludes the rites of passage. And you guys have a moment to yourself for all the thoughts and memories of your fallen comrades that came before you. And your final immunity challenge will be up shortly. See you guys there.
Thank you.
Welcome, Final 3. Are you guys ready for your final immunity challenge? All right. Your final immunity challenge It's called the Oasis. Here's how this is going to work. You have a solo cup filled with water. You want to fill it all the way up to at least, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but like the second line, like right over here. Okay? So like not the first one, not the second one.
My solo cups don't have lines.
Okay, like just spit it up to like almost like all the way. So basically like where Jose's is, yes. Okay. So your goal, space yourself up. And what you guys are gonna do is balance this cup of water on the top of your head.
I gotta take your braid out. Oh my god.
If your cup falls and your water splashes on the floor, you are out. Last person left standing wins final immunity, guaranteed a spot at the final tribal council. Losers, tribal council, where the person who wins immunity will get to choose which person they will send to the jury, where we will have our final two. Make sense? Okay, get in position. We're going in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move your hands away. Navarre, not even a second in, is out. Jose, your green screen is on. Therefore, I cannot see your cup. So I'm going to ask Ty and Tavar to drop for a second. And Jose, get rid of your green screen because I can't see your glass at all. Tavar is still out, though. Okay. Ty and Jose get back in. I'll give you guys 10 seconds to count yourself back in.
Oh, no, stop.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back away. This challenge resumes. See how well you guys do. Keep your concentration. As Tamar mops the floor, his fate is now in the hand between the other two. Not even 2 seconds. Jeez. Jose and Ty doing a great job. They're around 1:30 in. This is your $200 challenge right here. This could make or break you going to the end. Jose posing like, I don't know how he's posing, like a ballerina. Mai is posing as she prays, hopefully that she wins.
Good job, guys.
Both Ty and Jose doing a great job. They've been stable. You guys are 3 minutes in. My sister gives me popcorn. She pops in. Jose is slowly putting his arm down. And he smooths it out from there. We are now 5 minutes into this challenge. We could be here for a while. The second that cup hits the floor, your fate will be in the hands of the other person, hoping they would lose a final tribal council. Keep your concentration. Don't listen to any of your noises behind you or around you, including me. We're now 8 minutes into this challenge. Once we get to 10 minutes, we'll add another obstacle.
Yeah.
One minute left till we add another obstacle. You know, 10 minutes into this challenge, we're now gonna add another obstacle. What are you guys gonna do? You guys are gonna do your shoulder rolls. Forward. You're gonna keep doing that for the entirety of the challenge. The shoulder rolls may not seem like much, but the longer you do this, the longer it's gonna make your head go looser. Notice how the water is starting to shake from both sides. Keep in mind it has to be at a nice rhythmic pace. No slowing down. Alright, Jose doing a good job. We'll go at this for another 5 minutes. If that doesn't work, we'll add another obstacle. Jose and Ty have lasted 12 minutes into this challenge. Impressive. Oh, Jose falls off. That means Ty wins the final individual immunity. Congratulations. Ty, final immunity is yours. You are guaranteed at least second place.
Good job, Ty.
Wow.
So,
Oh my God, I was like shaking like a freaking leaf. I was like, please, dear God, let him drop that cup soon.
Oh, thanks.
I don't think I would have lasted much longer.
Into final tribal council right now. This will be brief. It's gonna be like another few more minutes. So let's get right to it. Ty, you won the last individual immunity of the season. How does it feel?
It feels wonderful. I think it feels even better knowing that this is my first game I've ever played. And to know now that I am final 2 as a newbie is awesome.
Perfect. So now.
And even better knowing that I'm not cleaning up the floor too.
Okay. So now I'm gonna pass the floor off to Jose and Tavar, and they can give you reasons on why you should pick them to take to the end, or they can pass off to somebody else. Jose, feel free to share your case on why Ty should pick you.
Sure, yeah. Sorry, Tovar. But, I mean, I think when it comes down to the three of us, probably have a better shot at being me to the end. Considering from Tovar and myself, he probably has a better resume in terms of immunity wins, social connections, strategizing. Whereas I have probably been perceived as someone who's been inactive, dragged possibly, kind of like a goat. I think, you know, if your case is to make it to the end and win, needs being your first game, I'm probably a good candidate to take to the end, to guarantee your shot at winning. That's my case.
Okay. Tavar?
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you, Tavar.
You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So we started this journey together. We wanted to make it to the end together, and this is our chance to complete that. I feel at the end of the day, Jose is very likable, and I think both you and me have made a lot of people angry in the jury. I think me more than you, but I think you, being someone who's a newbie, and you did a lot of strategy, so I think you can easily beat me. And I hope you pick me. I think it would be a fun battle, and let's just complete what we started. But no matter what, I don't know. Sorry.
Well, I appreciate both of you, and you've both made this journey way more enjoyable than I originally thought it was going to be for me. I didn't think that I was going to make any kind of connections out here. I thought that being a new person, I'd be voted out very quickly. I thought nobody would want to take any of my ideas into consideration. So the fact that I've been able to play this game with the two of you, and Guillermo was another one that was, very true to the end. So to be able to play this game with, three people that I can truly call friends, along with others, but you guys have been there since like the very beginning. And I'm just super honored that I get to even get this far. So thank you both.
Okay. Ty, you now have a decision to make. So, for the voting booth, it's a little different. Since Ty has immunity, Jose, you cannot vote for Ty, you can only vote for Tavar. And Tavar, you cannot vote for Ty, you can only vote for Jose. That cancels you both out. So tonight, Ty is going to be the only one that's going to cast a soul vote. And she will decide who will be the 16th person voted out of this game and the 9th and final member of our jury. So Jose, Tavar, one of the two of you is going to be cut short of the $200 prize and the title of Soul Survivor. It is time to vote. Ty, going to the voting booth.
I love you guys.
I'll go get the vote. Once the vote is read, the decision is final. Person voted off, I'll have to leave the tribal council area immediately. Before I read the vote, Ty has some final words. So, Ty?
So you guys both know that I'm truly honored to work with both of you. And that being said, I am choosing to vote Jose out. And it comes down to you're a huge competitor, and I think you're very likable. And I agree with Tovar that I think you will win if you go to the end. And I am so sorry. But I really hope that we can still talk Disney afterwards.
You got it, girl.
16th person voted out of Survivor Pandemic in Sahara Desert and the 9th and final member of our jury. How's that? Jose, you have 30 seconds to say your goodbyes and end your torch.
I'm legit gonna cry.
So close again. It's okay. It's fine. I love both of you. I can't wait to see you at Final Tribal and see y'all on it. And just hearts and love to everyone. That's it.
Love you.
Spoken.
Love you, your heart.
Bye, guys.
You both made it.
Those better be happy tears.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry I sucked at that challenge so bad.
Okay. You had your fame last night. You were awesome.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we did it, girl!
I know. We started day 1 and we're gonna end the last day. I don't even know what day we're on anymore. And we're gonna do this.
Oh god, oh god.
Tavar and Ty have gone as far as you can go in this game. The power now shifts to the jury. 9 people and you had in hand in voting out now control your fate in their hands. And one of the 2 of you will be our season 3 winner of Survivor Pandemic: The Sahara Desert and the $200 prize. Enjoy the rest of the evening. You guys earned it. I will catch up with you guys soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh my